Hello everyone, and I don't know about you, but I am a proud member of the Being Born Club. I was once the youngest kid on Earth. Then Karen's dumb child was born 10 seconds earlier. I mean, have you seen what they've done to my old place? Is that new paint? We have all been born at some point, because you wouldn't be here if you weren't. But that doesn't just end with humans. Everything ever had to have started somewhere. Even though the Magnavox Odyssey, Atari, and the arcade games set up what we call video games, I would argue gaming didn't start till the NES. And when Atari clogged the toilet, Nintendo was there with a plumber that would fix everything. On July 15, 1983, the Nintendo Entertainment System launched alongside 18 brand new video games. These were the first ever Nintendo games. I own every one of these games, except Stack Up, which is stupidly priced. But let's be real for a minute. Imagine going to the store to buy an NES on launch day. What a lineup. All types of games are here, not to mention the box art. I mean, this just screams 80s video games. I'm glad Nintendo chose to actually show sprites from the game instead of clickbaiting like what Atari did. I'm gonna go on an adventure. That's not what it said. Well, let's see how they hold up after 35 years. Spoilers! They don't. Yeah, these games are really dated, which is to be expected because they were the first games Nintendo ever made. Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, the two most recognizable characters on the NES. They were there from the beginning, and you can still play both these games and have a blast. Unless you have a flat screen. Sadly, Duck Hunt just doesn't work anymore. But Super Mario Brothers is still fun to this day. This game is legendary. What more can I tell you that you don't already know? It was the first platformer. It had a likable character. You play as a plumber warping through pipes. Goombas! Super Mario Brothers is by far the most influential game of all time. Duck Hunt is a duck hunting game. Wait, I thought it was a cooking game. What made this game so likable? Probably because it was bundled in with a console, which was also bundled in with the NES Zapper. There were 3 games made for this gun in mind, which we will get to in a little bit. You aim the Zapper at the screen and kill some ducks. There's this dog that laughs at you when you miss a shot, which only gave me nightmares a couple times. Each level gets harder as you play the game, but it is the same thing every time, just harder. And as I said before, this game only works on a CRTV, which stinks, but who really cares? Just go play the Wii Play shooting game. You can't ignore these 2 games. They are way too important. These 2 games are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. Hogans Alley is up next, and it also uses the Zapper. Hogans Alley is an arcade-style shooting game. You try to shoot the bad guy, but avoid the good guy. You don't know who they are until they flip around. Obviously, this game was targeted towards kids because the guys are made out of cardboard. It reminds me of that one SNL skit where an officer doesn't know if he should shoot Kevin Roberts. It's simple but fun. But now there's Wild Gunman, which also uses the Zapper, but this time there's real people. This is a Western standoff game, but instead of killing the other guy, you embarrass them. These 2 games are very similar and show off the Zapper pretty darn well. The Zapper is such a gem of an accessory. Only thing is, I wish there were more games for it. I mean, it's fine, but can you spin a top on it? Rob, the robotic operating buddy. I mean, come on, who didn't want this thing as a kid? Literally everyone, because these games suck. Yeah, they did Rob dirty. Only 2 games, and it's so gimmicky. Wallar became just a cool gadget of the past. But what were these games? First up is Gyromite. Packed in with Rob on launch day, this is a 2-player puzzle adventure. You play as a stereotypical scientist defusing bombs because the timer runs out. With your buddy, Rob's duty is to open the doors for you. So you have to wait for Rob to move a spinning top to the right color button to open the door. What a buzzkill. 90% of this game is waiting for Rob to open the door. You also can't jump, so you have to wait for Rob ep5 alive to help move you up as well. But you can always grab the controller and do it yourself. So what's the point? Stack Up is a lot more creative, but a lot more challenging as well. This is an actual puzzle game where you have to stick the color tiles to match the screen. Of course, you do this by using Rob. Hey look, it's that Rick Sanchez, Dr. Wiley looking Emmett Brown loser. Overall, dumb and bad games. They tried with Rob, just not enough. They easily could have made more with this. I mean, what a genius move. The same couch potatoes who watch sports probably want to play video games. There was a total of 5 sports games spanning different genres of sports. For this, I'm going to do a lightning round. 10-yard fight. You try to run the ball all the way across the field without getting tackled. Tennis. You hit the ball back and forth. Golf. Put the ball in the hole. Soccer. You kick the ball into the right goal. Baseball. Put on your Red Sox and try to dodge the ball. Yankee the ball all the way to the stratosphere. Don't hit a cardinal. Now I know sports. You know sports. He, she, we know sports. For Nintendo's first sports games, not bad. I can't comment because I don't fancy sports games, but I really like the 10-yard fight game. It reminds me of that SNL skit where an officer doesn't know if he should shoot. Out of all the games mentioned on this list, not including Mario, Excitebike is the only other game to get a sequel. Excitebike is one of the more memorable games on the NES. It's very similar to Subway Surfers, but sideways. I know, it was a really stupid thing to compare it to. I think the ramps were what people loved most about this game. Jumping feels so good, and the different obstacles help make the game hard. You can also hit other players, which will cause them to have a wreck. Always a plus in my book. Yeah, it's a good game. Next up is Kung Fu. You know that movie that came out that was like about a little kid and doing a ninja, being a Kung Fu master with the Mr. Miyagi. Let's make a game like that. It's like Defender, but with kicking. I know, it's even stupider. Pinball. I don't know, just get a bunch of points. That's pinball. Hit things, boom, number goes up. Hit stuff, number goes up. Hit stuff, and more numbers go up. Uh-oh, ball went in a hole. You missed it. Oh no. Other than the name being very sketchy, Clue Clue Land is a fun puzzle game. It's kind of like Pac-Man and Snake mashed together, but with a whip mechanic. It's your standard puzzle game, but for once, you progress through levels. You have a time limit and enemies that can get in your way, but this one is pretty fun. Takes a minute to get the hang of, but I really like this one. Wrecking Crew, if you didn't know, was a prequel to Mario Brothers. Before they were plumbers, they smashed bombs with hammers. Do not try this at home, you will die. Wrecking Crew is a vertical puzzle game, similar to Clue Clue Land, because you progress through levels. Your goal is to break all the glowing objects and make your way to the bottom of the building. Mario and Luigi cannot jump in this game. I guess they stuffed up before coming to work today. This is another fun and addictive game. It seems like the puzzle games where you don't have to wait on a stupid robot are really fun. Finally, we have reached the bottom. Or the top. Ice Climbers, also known as Who the Heck Are These Guys? Another level-based puzzle game, but you go up instead and end by grabbing a pterodactyl. There are different collectibles along the way, as well as the tried and true enemy. This game is a bit chaotic, but I have to admit, another sweet puzzle game. I'm telling you, Nintendo knew how to make puzzle games at this time. And Ice Climbers, for some idiotic reason, 35 years later, I'm somehow having fun with it. This just goes to show that age doesn't matter when it comes to Nintendo games. They really do know how to make video games, and even at the very beginning, they were able to capture so many hearts with these games. If there's one thing you need to take from this video, it's that I know they made Game & Watch games before this, so the title doesn't necessarily work, but these were still their first video games. on a console. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to become a part of Bimper Nation. Slap that like button down below. Make sure you break your computer. Join my Discord in the description. Join the Retro Generation Discord. We got some new members in there. New videos on the way. Hopefully. I'm hoping. I don't know. You let me know if there's more videos on the way, because I sure as heck don't know. But either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.